Mic check, 1 2 1 2, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You already know what it is, baby. Instant classic in the making. First time to the channel, guys. Make sure you subscribe and notify and do all the beautiful, beautiful things necessary to make yourself well versed in the good Docs content. All my good stuff shall be listed in the links in the description area below. So earlier today, ladies and gentlemen, the good Doc dropped a video about Filipino preference, right? So we talked about preferences, and in the video, I made a connection between why I believe that it doesn't matter what their preference is. If you are in a place where Filipinas are seeking, chances are you will be the one rewarded with being in the right place at the right time. Fair enough, right? So I used to use this analogy back in the day for everybody to try to gather some understanding as to where I was coming from. Okay. So what I used to tell people back in the day was if I had a long distance relationship with Eva Longoria, right? If I had this long, beautiful, beautiful distance relationship with Eva Longoria, if you don't know who Eva Longoria is, please, by all means, do your Google search, right? So if I had this long distance relationship with Eva Longoria, I had no idea when I would actually physically meet Eva Longoria in person. But we had this long distance relationship and we was all in love and shit. But Eva Mendes or Jennifer Lopez was right next to me, do you think that I'm going to wait until the time that I see Eva Longoria, or do you think that I'm going to take advantage of what is before me in a J Lo or a Eva Mendes? Now, some of y'all may not understand who those people are. Like I said, do your research and you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. But in general, I just never understood why we put so much stock into Filipino preferences. Yes, I do believe that if I had to choose between all of the men that travel to the Philippines, all of the foreigner men that travel to the Philippines, if I had to choose one particular group of individuals that I believe Filipinas prefer over all of them, I would probably say it would be Korea. And I would be confident in my assessment of what I've seen. I'd be confident in every little bit of data that I've gathered to be able to tell you that yes, I do believe Filipinos have a preference more so for Korean men. But that does not mean the white guy doesn't get love. That does not mean the black guy doesn't get love. That does not mean that the guys coming from any other country don't get love as well. Which is why it baffles me why we put so much stock in preference. Why do we honestly give a fuck about what your preference is? Why? Why do we care what your preference is? I do believe right place, right time, y'all. Chances are, as long as you present yourself in a presentable manner, I know that's a mouthful, as long as you present yourself properly, you show your respect where respect is due. I do believe that you do stand the chance, regardless of what a Filipina feels like she likes over the other. I've never really, I've never really put a lot of stock in a preference, but I do understand that preferences go a long way. Like everybody, at least every gentleman that I know has a preference, right? You all like what you like. Some guys prefer just Asian women only. Some guys like Latinas only. Some guys like black women only. Some guys like white women only, right? Everybody is entitled to a preference. But for me, I kind of feel like preferences only fit the bill when you are a product of your environment, right? So if all you've ever been around is a certain group of people or whatever it may be, chances are you're going to find yourself liking those people because you've been around them so for a significant period of time. Now, I understand that when foreigners come to the Philippines, using Filipinas as an example, 99.9% of the time, they're specifically around nothing but Filipino guys, right? So the foreign guy is exotic. They're something new. They're refreshing. They're different. And because a lot of them are coming to the Philippines at this time, it makes it so that foreigners are starting to gather the interest of some Filipinos. And that's cool. And you can say over time that Filipinas may have a preference for foreign men more than their own men. You can say that. But if you think about it in the generalization, you can honestly say that they probably prefer their own men over any other men the majority of the time, right? Only every now and again, I guess a little sprinkle of a foreigner here and there. That's when they start to get a little bit of excitement because it's definitely something new. Only when a Filipina has completely come to the realization that she is done with her own men, that hardly ever happens, but sometimes it does. Whenever she comes to the realization that she is completely done with dealing with her own men, that's when she comes to the topic or the idea of exploring her options and dating men that are not her own, right? Outside of the Philippine race. So you may see them directing their energy towards Korean because K-pop is like the big ass thing in the Philippines, right? It is the coup de grace, the sprinkle and icing on the cake of sorts, because Korean guys are the new wave and they're probably going to be there for a while. But as I said before, and as I will always say, gentlemen, just because you have a preference does not mean that you yourself does not stand a chance, especially when you are in the right place at the right time, when you are actively positioning yourself in situations where you can be exposed to, certain Filipinos and things of that nature. That basically comes down to the simple fact of actually being there, right? Now, I'm not ashamed of this story that I'm about to share with you guys, but I'm not the proudest person of this particular story either, right? But a long time ago, back in my youth when I was a young little lad, spending my time in the Philippines, my reckless lifestyle, aka channeling the energy of my boy Marcus. Um, Back in those days, I knew a girl, and she openly let me know I'm talking to this German guy, in Germany. It's pretty much what it was. She talked to me about him all the time. Like, yeah, he sends me money, he does this for me, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, that's cute. I said, I'm glad to hear that my man's taking care of you, right? I said, but push came to shove. I talk a little sweet nothing, and I ended up hooking up with her. And it's not my proudest moment, but it basically exposed to me a lot. Number one, that the stronghold that this guy probably thought he had over this woman was not as strong as he thought. Number one. Number two, it showed me that just me being in the right place at the right time, you know, taking her to Dunkin' Donuts and spending some time with her, quality time, just chilling and having good conversations with her. Me just being there basically put me in a better position to hit that ass. And as a result, again, I'm not perfect and I will never put my hand on a stack of Bibles and tell you that I am. Oh, yeah, I did my thing, right? And I'm not ashamed of it. But at the end of the day, if I'm there and you're not, chances are I'm probably going to get mine, right? Now, whether that transitions into something long term or something short term, that has yet to be seen. But it's just basically closeness and proximity, right place, right time. I do believe that these things here could potentially debunk the idea that preferences hold serious weight, right? If I'm there and you're not, chances are I have a better opportunity of getting with this girl, correct? So, regardless of whether she says her preference is white dudes and white dudes only, Korean guys only, if I show her that I can be this nice gentleman, have good conversations with her, chances are she will be more acquiescent to my whims, aka she will be more open to receiving. Let me not go into details, but you know what? She'll be more open to receiving. Now, does the good doc have it all figured out? Yeah, I have my own opinions. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all locking in. Comment section below, description area below, chat box below. Let me know how y'all feeling. Do you believe that preferences hold more weight than a person being in the right place at the right time. Now, again, I want you to understand right place, right time isn't just I'm a smash on the first day or whatever. It's just you being present, you having a presence, and you being present that puts you in a better position than the guy who just so happens to be the white foreigner, white knight of her dreams that just so happens to be on the other side of the park, right? I see we got a couple people in the building, man. Appreciate y'all locking in with the good doc. Much love to you. If you haven't already dropped your like, man, make sure y'all do that. Y'all know the rules, man. Make sure y'all can rest, relax, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But of course, good doc is happy and blessed. Y'all choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with the boy today. Now you're done. Let's get to business. Shout out to my man Joseph. What's good with you, John? Appreciate you locking in. He says, I put stock into it because I want a long-term relationship. Now, John, I understand you, my brother. I do. And I think that you're not alone in the idea of wanting a long-term relationship. Pardon me real quick, the good doc is a little parched. Mm. And I believe that a lot of times there are guys out there who are looking for long-term relationships. Now, this is where things get real interesting for me, right? We've talked about it before, but I think it is no better time to talk about it as an audience than right now. I think that having a preference for black men in this situation, because you're my brother, I believe it's more dangerous than anything, right? Because I honestly don't know how I would personally feel. Excuse me. I don't know how I would personally feel if I knew that a Filipina had a preference for black men. Like, as in she just likes black men and black men only, right? We talked about it before. I want my girl to have a preference for me, the good doc, Dr. Mike TV. I don't want her to have a preference in me because I'm a black guy, right? I don't want her to just prefer me because, oh, you're just a black guy. Okay, cool. I like black guys. You're black. Cool. You at least want your girl to have a liking or take a liking to you. Maybe it's your personality, your attitude, whatever you bring to the table, outside of finances, of course. You want your girl to like you for you, which is why with my young lady, I'm glad that it's not so much that she has a preference for black men, but she genuinely, I assume, from past history and experience, that she just fucks with me, right? She just likes me, and I like her back. That's why we decided to try to commit ourselves to some shit, right? I like her, she likes me, cool. We fucking with each other, all right? But I know for a fact that she liked Filipino guys, right? She likes white guys, or like I should say that she has celebrity crushes that were not all black, right? Like I said in the video before, if my girl had preferences for like your Idris Elbas, your Denzel Washingtons, and who else is popping? My boy, what's my man? Fuck, Michael B. Jordan and shit, right? I'd be like, damn, girl, you are really showing your true colors. And I'm like, that's not a bad thing, but it's kind of like, well, fuck, you're just willing to go for any old type of black guy, huh? Not necessarily my cup of tea. Only because your liking to me or the liking that you've taken to me is based on my skin complexion, right? So when we do talk about preferences, we also have to take into consideration that preferences could lead to the simple fact of overgeneralization. Oh, I just fuck with you because you're black. I just like you because you're black. Or I just like you because you're white. You just happen to look like my favorite Korean pop star, so I'm gonna fuck with you because you just look like my favorite K-pop star. In the short term, yes, man, it's magical. It's beautiful. You have this young lady that is idolizing you because you remind her of somebody she likes. It's beautiful. Trust me, man. Ain't nothing better than when your simple presence makes her sprinkle in her panties, bro. There is nothing more beautiful than that. I tell you the truth, bro. Ain't nothing more beautiful than when my presence fucking makes a girl melt. But I have to understand that this false ideology of sorts, because you like me because I'm black, that's your preference. Eventually that shit gonna wear off, right? Or There's going to be another black guy that she likes. So there's going to be another Korean guy that she likes. So there's going to be another Japanese guy that she likes, right? So we do have to take into consideration what preferences down the line could actually mean. We could actually just be her fetish of sorts, right? We could just be her fetish. Like I said, in the short term, it's magical, bro. But again, my brother, if we're putting a lot of stock into it and it's a long term bid, I don't just want her to fuck with me because I'm black. Maybe, just maybe that's what got me in the door, right? Maybe that's what got me into the conversation. But I don't want her to continue messing with me just because I happen to be a skin complexion that she happens to be obsessed with. So again, how much stock do we really put into preferences? Always something to think about in the long term. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, you definitely want your girl to rock with you because she genuinely loves being around you, right? Is that always the case? Sometimes, sometimes not. All right, my man Smooth, what's up with you, brother? He says, I like my women slim body and any race. True. Some guys have a preference for chunky girls. Some guys have a preference for slim, thick females. Some guys have a preference for girls with big asses. I happen to enjoy girls that are top heavy. I've never disguised that, y'all. I already tell everybody what my weakness is. I'm a weak man. I don't give a shit because that's just who I am. I naturally enjoy girls that are top heavy. And you're right, brother. It really doesn't matter what race you are, girl. If you got them frontals, man, them headlights beaming and shit, I'm probably gonna take notice, right? Now I'm gonna try my damnedest not to draw too much attention to it because I feel like there's a little respect that should go into it. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit there and act like I don't see it. You feel me? So everybody's preferences are different. Maybe it has nothing to do with race at all. We're over here focusing on, preferences based on race, whether you're Korean, whether you're Japanese, whether you're Asian of any descent, or black, or you're white, or whatever, European, or whatever. Preferences can completely depend on body size, right? Some guys only date thick ass girls, right? Like they don't want to date no skinny girls. Skinny girls, you feel like you'll break them in bed or whatever. So you just avoid them at all costs, not knowing that sometimes the skinny girls can take it better than the bigger girls. But that's just me. You know, I've known some skinny girls that could actually go hard, bro. It's the craziest thing. But that's another story for another day. But in hindsight, y'all, when we do talk about preferences, yo, we really do have to understand what it means to have a preference for something, right? Because if you like them just skinny, payat, and that means thin in Tagalog, right? Payat. Um, you'll just deal with any skinny girl. I do believe that sometimes preferences put us at a detriment because sometimes we can overlook some negative qualities in females. Vice versa, Filipinas that have preferences can somewhat put them in a position to overlook negative qualities in foreign men, right? Not every guy has your best interest at heart. Vice versa, gentlemen, foreigners, not every Filipina has your best interest at heart. I do believe that overall we have to learn to somewhat see behind what our preferences are, right? Like I said, I like a girl with some frontals. But if her attitude is shit, I can't continue to rock with her because she got some big ass titties. And ladies, I mean that with all due respect. Okay? Don't take it the wrong way. But I can't continue rocking with you if I know your attitude is negative just because you have a preference that I like, right? Just because you have something or I'm seeing something on you that I find to be attractive because I find that damn near attractive in any woman that has that particular asset, right? So I do believe that preferences allow us to overlook negative behaviors in both men and women. So we have to understand what does preferences really mean to us and how can we look beyond preference? How can we see beyond that shit? Does it matter? Does it matter to you? If it does, hey, it is what it is. I believe it matters to me, right? I believe, yes, I like this about a girl, or I might find this attractive on a girl. But at the end of the day, my preferences should not supersede fucking thinking with the right head, right? Just because I'm seeing you, you're my preference, and goddamn, I want to hit that ass. I have to be able to say, well, damn, man, what the fuck am I really doing? Am I bending over backwards, figuratively and literally for this girl? Do I see myself compromising who I am as an individual for this girl because she has something that I prefer? Right? See, gentlemen, this is the deep dive that I don't think a lot of gentlemen want to go into. But when we talk about preferences, yo, we gonna cover every damn end of the spectrum we possibly can because that's why y'all come here and talk to the boy. And I hope that you enjoy the content. If you do, drop a like. But yo, when we talk about preferences, yo, we got to see beyond that shit. We have got to understand within us, why do we like this girl? Oh, she got some big ass titties. Do I like her for any other reason other than that? I got to ask myself these questions, right? You do have to come to the point where you're weighing your pros and cons. You know what I mean? But anyways, like I said, this is the conversation we're gonna have. And shout out to my boy Mike. What's good with you? My man says possession is 9/10 of the law. I got you. PET, proximity, time, energy spent always wins over any man that's lacking one of those. I agree. Yep. Right place, right time, y'all. All she has to do is see another. You know what I mean? You have to genuinely be a good dude. I think you can win every single time. Fuck your preferences. If I got you right here, right now, maybe this girl doesn't have the biggest set of titties I've ever seen in my life. But guess what? She cute, right? I can find something to like about it. Maybe her skin tone's nice. You know, maybe she got some nice eyes. Maybe she's not top heavy, but she got a little ass on her. So that kind of, kind of flips the idea about preferences too, right? Because some guys will be like, yo, man, I only like them like this, and there's no other way that I'm gonna change it. Fuck it. No, you gotta have this. If you don't have this about you, I'm not gonna rock with you. Some guys are like that. I'm willing to compromise. I think I'm a human being. I think. I think I got feelings. I think that overall I can somewhat make adjustments where necessary. Are you guys willing to make those adjustments as well? Question of the day. A girl's preference is just like their fantasy of living in a Disney princess dream. Truth. Sometimes when that dream becomes a reality and reality hits and you get that reality check, you'll realize that maybe those preferences are not what you actually thought that they were. Right? Every Filipina does want that Disney fairy tale shit. Most of them. They all have dreams and fantasies of shit. But again, it's not hard to get them rooted in reality, in my opinion. He said, when I was younger, I used to like them thick. Now that I'm older, I can't carry them. I can't marry them. Joseph, you're funny, brother. But as we all age and, our body structures and body types change, so does our mindset on the body types that we like. Like I said, some gentlemen like them thicker than a Snicker, man. Some of them like them thicker than a cold scoop of peanut butter and ice cream put together, man, on a frozen end. Some guys are like, look, man, like you said, I like them small and thin. And, like I said, payat, I got to be able to carry them. Preferences. I do believe, however, that although we have preferences, preferences can change. That's it. Kente Dynasty, what's up, man? He says, I do not like anyone based on race or ethnicity. Ultimately, it is how they interact with me. True. I can fuck with that. That's a great way of looking at life in general, man. Interactions, personalities, values. But let me say this though. Let me ask you this question, Kente, if you're still with me, my brother, because I know I'm a little late in the chat. Rock with Doc, just give me a minute. I'm gonna get to you. If you haven't dropped your like, drop your like. Let me ask you this. You may not prefer a woman based on race or ethnicity. True. But let me ask you this. Is there something or a physical feature on a female that you do like? Like, it's not so much a preference, but something that naturally draws your attention, right? I talk about frontals. Maybe you like a girl, a nice derriere, or what do you call it? The gluteus maximus. Maybe you like a girl with nice assets. Maybe she's got nice eyes. Maybe you're attracted to ears, beautiful smiles, hands, whatever. Do you have something that generally attracts you to a female? Because I do believe that also has some bearing on preference as well, right? Like me, I like girls with nice teeth and nice feet. Like your feet can't be dirty and crusty. as fuck. I can't fuck with you like that. I like a girl who has all her teeth in her fucking mouth. You can call that a preference because it truly is, in my opinion. So, is there anything about the physical makeup of a female that attracts you? Because to be honest with you, man, people be like, "There's no such thing as love at first sight," and people say shit like, what is it? What is it? They could be ugly, but they have beautiful personalities. You just got to talk to them to get to know them, or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on how those words go. But if you think about it out loud, y'all, I don't care what it is, bro. We all attracted to something physical on a female. I don't believe there is no man on earth, or at least any man in this chat as we speak, that can tell me that there's nothing physically about a female that they naturally are drawn to, right? Physically drawn to with a female. Like, why would you naturally approach a female? Why would you naturally want to get a female's number? Talk to them, get to know them. Yes, if you started out as friends, sometimes it doesn't really matter what she really looks like, because in general, maybe that friendship can develop. But naturally, I kind of feel like guys have a natural attraction to something physical on a female, right? Something. So for me, I'm asking you, what is it, if it's not race or ethnicity, that you find attractive about a female? Just curious, It's all it is. It's all out of curiosity. He said, I need to read up on the meaning of a fetish. I have heard that mentioned often. Fetish can be, bro, that's a very broad stroked terminology. Reading up on it will probably give you a better definition than I can, but it's almost as if it's something that you are. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to let you read up on it, man. Oscar, what's going on, man? He said, I think this pandemic thickened up some Filipinas from Manila to Cagayan. I have seen way more top-heavy and thick-ass Filipinos. I don't think that's a bad thing. For some, it's not a great thing, but it's damn sure not a bad thing. But yeah, you can keep it a buck, man. Some girls did gain some weight. Real talk. All they did was sit at home and eat. The crazy thing is, I was scrolling through my Facebook feed the other day, and we're talking about some friends from college and, some people that I met along the way that I just added on as Facebook friends. Yeah, they all put some weight on, bro. Like, I remember them from college, right? Super skinny and shit, or, very fit. Now they've just really thickened up. And we're talking about thickening up and not having kids, right? We're talking about thickening up, with no other rhyme or reason than the fact that y'all was eating real good. And again, I can't hold that against them because, hey, man, you can't expect somebody to be the exact same weight they were when they were in college. How many of y'all weigh the exact same as you weighed when you were in college? If anybody could raise their hand and say, I weigh the exact same as I did when I was in college, kudos to you. And how many years have you been removed from college, right? We got to ask that question. If you're only a year out, that don't count. We're talking about 10 years or more out of college, or 10 years or more from, if you weigh the same now that you did 10 years ago, just in case you didn't go to college. How many of y'all can actually say that right now? My man says, I have liked or had positive interactions with a few women, but not based on race, skin color, particular physical features, breasts, bottoms, legs, what have you. It's based on good combination. Do you mean combination or communication? I just want to make sure I clarify. Because like I said, if you are attracted to energies, I kind of feel the same too. I have a thing for being attracted to a female's energy. A lot of people think I'm crazy as hell, but I do. I like I can tell that I'm around somebody who's super positive, or I can tell I'm around somebody who's fucking negative, right? So if you don't have a physical attraction, I guess I can let it slide because I kind of have that too, where I'm attracted to the energy of a person. But, I kind of feel like there's always something. There's usually something. Maybe it's something you don't want to draw too much attention to, but I kind of feel there's something that attracts us from a physical standpoint to a female. Maybe it's not the eyes, the legs, the bottom, or the top heavy, the breast or whatever. I don't know, man. Maybe there's nothing. I kind of feel like there's something. I kind of feel there's something that's in you that makes you want to go over and talk to this female, right? It's got to be something. He said big breasts are not necessarily a deal breaker. It's not. I'm willing to compromise too. I just so happen to know that that's something that's my biggest weakness. Okay, I just don't lie about it because I feel like as long as I can be honest with my gentlemen or any ladies in the background, as long as I can be honest with y'all, at least you know, right? I ain't gonna hide shit. Grown ass man. He said preference is not bad in itself, but what is the degree? Can have too much of you can't, or you said you can't have too much of anything, or you can't have too much of anything. Yeah, preferences are not bad. Let's start there. I agree, right? But to an extent, into the example that I gave you guys prior, man, in reference to guys' preferences based on, okay, I'm only gonna date Latinas, I'm only gonna date Japanese, I'm only gonna date Filipinas, or something to that extent. That's extreme, right? That's hella extreme. Um, because again, I do believe that it puts you in a position to overlook negative attitudes, negative features, and negative attributes about somebody, all because she fits your bill on being the right race at the right time, right? Crazy. Yep. So I mean, I agree, man. I think you're saying you can't have too much of anything, or you can. I believe. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Shout out to my brother Diaz, man. What's up with you, brother? He said you saying big ass and titties very frequently. It's just used as an example, sir. Only because I'm using it as a staple standpoint or an example. Again, I'm not gonna sit there and say I only date girls that have those particular body types and features. But I am gonna say that I would be remiss if I wouldn't tell you that I do find things like that attractive, right? I try. I tell you all the time. I never draw too much attention to it. I never try to sit there and have conversations with a girl about her physical features or her physical attributes. Because again, I'm still a respectful dude. I just kind of hope that I can let my hair down, the hair that I don't have, and at least be honest with the crap, right? Because ain't no point in lying to y'all about anything. It's very rare that you find a guy that doesn't find at least one of those things attractive. I mean, if we're being honest. But yeah, I'm only saying those to use the example to get across the point. That's it. My man said, get us a man plans, problem solved. True. A man only needs two things about a woman to date her. Yeah, I think I'm one of those guys. Just two, bro. He said, I do like, nice breasts and nice derriere as well with a pretty face. We all like pretty faces. I think pretty faces are I honestly, yo, we have to talk about it though. We do put too much stock into physical features, yo. We have to be honest with ourselves. I kind of feel that we put a lot of stock into physical features, right? We put a lot of stock into how a female looks, even though over time, in fairness, those looks will fade, right? So although that may be what gets you in the door, or that may be what brings you to the table in the first place, we have to see far beyond that, right? We have to see far beyond what you look like to see if you are potential wifey material or girlfriend material and shit. I do believe that some of us leave it right there at the door, though, right? Oh, you just look good, so fuck it. I'm gonna deal with all your negative and all your badass attitudes because you just look the part. Doesn't always help. Healthy teeth is a plus. Certainly prefer someone who is fit. Definitely. I think we all like somebody who at least takes care of themselves. But now we have to be fair, gentlemen. If we're going to expect our young ladies to take care of themselves, I think that we have to make sure we take care of ourselves as well. Right? We can't hold that standard for our significant others or any girl that we choose to entertain without having that same standard for ourselves. That's just fair. If you want somebody fit, I think you have to be fit too, right? Now, if she just happens to love chunky guys or guys who are lovable and huggable like teddy bears and shit, then hey, chances are you ain't got to really work too hard to keep her satisfied because you are her preference, right? If she likes some fat, if she like fat dudes, man, you're her preference now. So if it works, then it works, man. He says, what a woman lacks, she'll make up with accessories, clothing, hair dye, makeup. I've learned that as well. I think I'm pretty close, but not particularly proud of it. I don't feel I was compensated well for that in any event. Graduated 42 years ago. Congratulations, my brother. He said you're close to it. As long if you kept it within 10 to 15 pounds, sir, I think you've done well for yourself. If you are within 20 pounds, 20 seems a stretch. 15 pounds of what you were when you graduated, then kudos to you. But you got to be at least 10 years removed from graduation. a way to a Filipina's heart is through her stomach. Same rules apply to us as men too. Take the preference extreme can be problematic. Yes, it can very much be problematic because some of us gentlemen, I'm just speaking out loud, maybe not you in particular, but some of us get to the point where and we are so locked in on our preferences, we are so adamant about a girl checking off the boxes for us that we overlook the fact that she may be a terrible human being, right? Sometimes we overlook the fact that this chick may be fucking terrible. She may be a horrible human being, rotten to her core, all because she has some attributes or assets that we just so happen to be attracted to. And I do believe that this constitutes booty blindness, man. We're just so captivated by how she looks that we overlook the fact this chick here ain't no good for nobody. She's self-centered, she's all of this, she's all of that. But we can't sit there and let it slide, all because she fits a preference, right? And that's all I'm saying. We really have to understand to what extreme preferences really mean to us and also to what extreme it means to the young lady that we may be attracted to and or in the right place at the right time with. Okay? 18 in the building. Y'all appreciate y'all locking in, man. If you haven't already dropped your like, Doc would highly appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all can rest, relax, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. And once it needs, and most definitely as a habit. Again, if you guys want to support in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy and blessed. Y'all choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with the boy today. Now and then. He said I would not myself. Bro, why would I even put that up there? Hey man, got milk? Hey man, you talk enough about top heavy young ladies. I mean, damn, it does make you thirsty, don't it? Just saying. I mean, got milk. I don't even drink milk like that, but damn, does make you thirsty, don't it? Let your hair down. It's just a metaphor. Yeah, figuratively and literally. I ain't got no hair to let down, but I at least want to be able to be comfortable with my brothers, man. At least be comfortable with my audience. If I can't be honest with the people who choose to tune in whenever the good doc goes live or makes a video, who can I be honest with? If I can't be honest with my people. Shout out to my brother Will the Beats. What's going on with you, brother? Appreciate you locking in. He said, I have been through so much stuff with women in this regard that I'm not overlooking anything. Hey, man, I'm glad that you are able to take the blinders off and allow yourself not to be blinded by preferences and things of that nature. For sure. He said, my attitude does nothing for me in America. That's why I'm getting the F out of here. That is a mantra that I think a lot of us need to try to harness and hone in on. Just the idea of channeling our energy out of a place that we just don't really feel is for us anymore, right? A lot of people get it twisted when we talk about our feelings towards the United States of America, right? I love being from here. I have just found that my energy and my like and my interest is just elsewhere. So if I could put myself in a position to get the hell out of here, I would. And it's not so much that I have a disdain for it, because again, I am thankful from where I am from, but because I have an opportunity to be where I'm from, I think that we as men need to take advantage of the opportunity to be able to get out of it, right? Our passport is everything to us, man. That passport is gold, in my opinion. That is high value currency, in my opinion. The ability to be able to travel when we want to, travel like we want to, no visas required in a lot of places, brother. That blue passport is probably more valuable than damn near anything that I have in my house right now as we speak. Because what it brings to the table, or what opportunities that it brings us to, brings us and allows us to explore and lock in on, is worth more than gold, man. That's all I can say. The experiences, man, that shit means more than anything, right? He said, "You drink." Oh, you said you're drinking almond milk. I don't think. I'm fucking with you. Let me not go there. He said, "We men are easy, man. Two F's, man. Feed us and give us, yeah, give us some." Oh yeah, I do believe that we are primitive as fuck, bro. Guys, we are primitive as hell. Very few. We don't need a lot in life, right? We need our peace, right? Time to be alone. Like, bitch, I don't want to be bothered. Don't bother me. Feed us and let us get it in. Oh yeah, man, we're really easy to please, and I think women have kind of like figured that out like a long time ago. They figured out how easy it is for us. But I do believe that we as men have to have a higher standard for ourselves because I've seen some of the young ladies that a lot of foreigners are choosing to be with. And again, I'll be the first to tell you beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? The good doc doesn't have it all together his damn self. So I am not in any position to talk about anybody in the way that they look. But damn, I'd be like, man, you know you could do better. But in me saying that, that's me not knowing their situation. Maybe that young lady is phenomenal. Maybe that young lady is providing absolutely everything that this man needs, and he don't need nothing else. So me being on the outside looking in, I'm looking like, damn, bro, you could have found somebody better. But maybe he is exactly who the fuck he needs to be with, you know? So that's why I've completely done away with criticisms within my own mind because I don't come on here and talk shit about people. That's not my energy. But I have completely just put aside all criticisms of guys who choose to be with who they be with, right? Because again, that's their preference, right? My man said get some man weave. Nah, I'm good, man. If I put a wig on, I think it'll work. Mm. Based on feminism, a man is shallow if he has more than two preferences. But for women, it's 10. Shit, I'm gonna have my preferences and my standards. I just don't give a shit. At this point, I don't care. Right? That's fucking feminism. Gotta love it. He said F the NF out of USA. Damn, bro, what did the US do to you, Pippin? He said, make my money here, but live somewhere else. Stack my money for 6 months and go on vacation for 6 months. That's the military in me. Touche, my brother. Touche. My man said, correct. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Right now, you don't know the inside of a person. True. Her energy may be what you're looking for, man. I guess, man. Shit. What do you want me to know? My man said, Willie D told me let a hoe be a hoe. Shout out to my brother AB. What's up with you, man? But anyways, man, back to what I was saying, man. Gentlemen, whatever your preference is, I'll never stand between it. I'd rather you at least be honest with yourself, at least lock into it, hone it, own it, right? Because that's your preference, right? I just don't want my man getting caught up in some nonsense because I do know how easy just having a preference can completely uplift and up in everything that you built for yourself, all because your preference tells you, yo, that bitch is bad, right? She looked the part. She's everything I wanted. Visually, she's appealing. Ooh, she ain't got the fattest ass, you know. She got everything that I want. But outside of that physical feature, could you honestly ask yourself, what else does she provide for you? What else does she bring to the table? Can she cook? Right? Is it nice to lay down with her in bed? Right? Can you genuinely have a good conversation with her over dinner? Cause me, I'm a conversationalist, man. I like to talk. I'm a talker. You know, if I care enough about you, I'm gonna ask you questions about you. I want to get to know you. I want you to know that I want to get to know you. But if anything outside of how you look is just not what is appealing to me, then guess what, Pimpin? Why am I with you? Because you tend to hold a preference of mine, right? You're the right skin complexion at the right time. You're the right body type at the right time. Like, tell me, man. We got to understand within ourselves what is it that has put us in a position to choose what we choose. Vice versa. What is it about a Filipina that allows her to, or puts her in a position to prefer who she prefers, right? You see? You see that right there? See, I can't even have my own show without somebody interrupting my shit. See? She know. She been with me for long enough to know I talk a lot. Oh, I talk a lot. And she got to hit, and she's the one that has to sit there and listen to me talk. Right? Everybody say hello to my young lady if you're not aware. Hey, boo. Love you too. But your ass gonna sit there and listen to me talk. You want to know why? Because this is what you signed up for. This is what you signed up for. Huh? This is what you signed up for. But like I said, y'all, this is the truth. I know I talk a lot. That's the sad part. I know it in myself, but I'm cool with it. Why? I have to be able to accept it within me. And I do believe that the fact that I do talk a lot, it does serve me best to have a YouTube channel. Because if you want me to shut the fuck up, all you gotta do is turn me off, right? Go on to the next YouTuber or whatever. But if you genuinely just want to hear me speak my piece, oh, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna drag this some bitch out for as long as I need to drag it out for. Yep, zero disregard for everybody else, right? Yo, if you haven't already dropped your like, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. Go ahead and drop that like, or dislike if you don't like the video. It's okay either way. I'd rather you just have an opinion, right? Rather than just leaving me in limbo. Whether you like me, do you not like me? Not like I care, but I appreciate it, right? It's good to know, right? It's good to know who rocks with Doc, and it's good to know who does not, right? But for me, like I said, preferences, y'all. Everybody's entitled to a preference, right? Everybody's entitled to have standards, right? I do believe that somewhat preferences and standards are about the same. Preferences and standards are generally, in my opinion, about the same to an extent, right? Think about it. Preferences and standards are damn near the same. Same thing in my opinion. Very subtle differences, but overall, same shit. Why do I say this? Because your preference and your standard, what you like, falls in both categories. If this is what you like about a lady, your standard is kind of going to be somewhat on the same page. I like this about a female. My standard is I'm not going to deal with a young lady. K Dallas, I'm going to read yours, man. You like a girl that has her own job and and a good personality. That right there is your standard as well as your preference. I prefer a young lady that has a little bit of personality. Damn, she got to have her own job, so I know that she has some financial independence. Same as your standard. It kind of flows hand in hand. All right. He said, I need a woman that can hold me down, and that's for me. Gentlemen, we all want somebody that can be in our corners when we need them. Shit. It's hard out here in these streets, bro. Shit, I don't know about y'all, man, but it does feel nice to be able to come home to somebody and chill with somebody, right? We could run the streets all day and night if we wanted to, but you could be running around trying to chase tail all damn night, bro. And maybe you get lucky, maybe not. If you got somebody that's at the house waiting for you, chilling and shit, I kind of feel like at least you already know that you ain't got to go out seeking, looking for, and or putting yourself out there to try to find somebody new every single night, because you got somebody to go home to. Now, if you're a player and you got the looks, your Jason Derulo, Chris Brown types, and you just bag them all the time, first of all, fuck you, because I got to work for mine, right? I got to go out there and put in work. But if all the girls just come to you because you look away, big fuck you, because I got to work, right? I don't like guys that just get it all easy. But I'm not mad at you, right? I'm not mad at you for getting it easy, I don't like you for getting it easy, but I'm not mad at you for getting it easy like that. I got to work. Got to work like every other man, yo. Look, my boyish, good-looking charms can only get me so far. I gotta actually show up. Gotta actually put in some work every now and again. So I'm happy to do so. Grown ass man, yo. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But we here, man. That's all I can say, man. Preferences, standards, they all go hand in hand, in my opinion. I just believe that, we just have to figure out what we really want. Right? The other day, my girl, I know she's gonna be pissed off. No, she's not even gonna be mad, yo. The other day, I called my girl. No, my girl called me on Viber, right? And I started breaking out with the Spice Girl song. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So tell me what you really, really want. I wanna with zigga zigga zigga. Y'all know, if you don't fucking know the song, don't worry about it. But it's by Spice Girls, right? And that's kind of what I think gentlemen have to do for themselves, man. You really have to know what you really, really want. Like, so tell a girl what you want, what you really, really want. Gentlemen, you have to know what you really, really want, because you might get the girl who's the baddie with the nicest body you've ever seen in your life, body like a goddess. Baby girl working out, she hella fit, man. Goddamn body, like just everything that you could ever ask for. But is she more than that body, bruh? Is she more than that body? Yes or no? Right? Is she more than the body type? Does baby girl put value in education? Does she have goals and dreams in life that don't revolve around spending your damn money? Is she more than an IG model? Is she more than an aspiring IG model? Is she more than an aspiring OnlyFans model? Right? Because I've had girls that told me they dreams and aspiration is to have an OnlyFans. I said that shit's not sustainable. Like that's not financially like the best idea for you to do, boo. What happens if your OnlyFans don't work out? That's like somebody telling me, "Yo, doc, man, I'm an aspiring YouTuber, man. I'm gonna get a million subs and get a million views and shit like that on all my videos and shit." I said, "Yo, I pray it happens for you, but my man, my young lady, like, baby girl, is that sustainable, right? So are you dealing with somebody who has dreams, goals, and aspirations outside of just whatever her assets could potentially bring to the table? Now, don't get me wrong, those assets will probably cover her for a little bit of time as long as she continues to look good. But I was watching a video that my brother O'Shea put out early. No, probably not earlier today. It was within the week or a couple of weeks back about Melissa Ford. If you guys remember the video of Vixen Melissa Ford, she's over here selling OnlyFans for like $3, $3 and shit, right? You know, it's crazy because if we put too much stock in how you look, love, that shit gonna fade, bruh. That shit gonna look, and you gonna be out here looking sad, right? So, like I said, how you look can hold you over for a long period of time. But I repeat, big ass but is that gonna help you in the long run? That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, guys, if you haven't dropped your like yet, man, make sure you drop your like, man. If you guys are enjoying this video, I'd highly appreciate that one. If y'all want to support because the good doc is an entertaining some of my bitch, I'd appreciate that. If not, hey man, like I said, I'm happy y'all come through. My man says, when we meet a woman, we judge her on our preferences. When we date a woman, we judge her on the universal standards, friend standards, and our standards. That's a lot of fucking standards, bro. But you're right though. You're right. You're absolutely correct. That's deep. That's deep. Because it's true. Very true. Because we have our standards, right? We have what we like as men. That's number one. But also, when you introduce your girl to your boys and shit, you want your boys to say, "Yo, my boy, you got the body for sure." You want your men to say, you want your boys to co-sign on the fact that you've chosen a girl that even they would hook up with. Because if your boys be like, "Damn, bro, she not that cute," right? If they say your girl ugly, I think you would feel away. I don't think that your boys, if they're really your boys, would say some shit like that, like, that she ugly. But you can tell by their reaction if she ain't as cute as you thought that she was, in your opinion, because your boys don't have that same standard, right? And some of us do put stock, and value into what other people think about the girl that we date. Some people do that. I mean, it is what it is. Our standards, the universal standards, friend standards, and family too. We got to throw family in there because Lord knows you don't want to bring no ugly girl home to your mom or your dad or something. And they be like, "Damn, is that the best you can do?" Because if that's not a kick in the face, kick in the nuts, you're like, bro, damn. Like if they hit you with the stank face, like, bro, that kind of hurt my feelings, right? So, and sometimes a guy will break up with a girl because she may not be as visually appealing, or because she doesn't fit the universal standard, the friend standard, family standard, and our own standards. Shit crazy, bro. That's all I can say. How about a maid with benefits? If you want to push that envelope, sir, please do so with caution. If you want to go that hard, sir, please do so with caution. All right. Depending on how far of the standard pole, she will determine who she does and does not meet. That's definitely true. Like, you know what? I was let me kind of put my 2 cents in on this one because this was funny. Everybody that is listening to me now, I hope you guys are aware of the Brittany Renner situation, right? You guys know Brittany Renner, IG model, whatever, whatever, baby mama, PJ Washington, some no name lame that plays basketball in the NBA. So you know, boy got money, right? So she's a baby mama now, single mother, right? She went on the Cam Newton show. She was on Cam Newton show, and she was like, "Yo, the guys aren't hitting me up like they used to. Guys ain't talking to me." Now it could be because she's a single mom now, whatever the fuck it may be, right? That plays a part in it. It could be that nobody wants to end up in her book. But you know what's funny? There are a lot of guys that are probably hitting her up, right? It's just not the guys that she wants to be trying to talk to her, right? Guys are hitting her up in her DMs now. She can't tell me that ain't nobody talking to her. But it's not the guys that she wants to be talking to her. Like my man said in the video, if you ain't got a blue check next to your name, somebody who's verified, you know, she really ain't giving you the time of day. She only wants your athletes. She only wants the guys with money, right? So what my man says is all about that and determine on who she does and does not meet. That's 100% facts. She ain't gonna fuck with you. She ain't gonna want to see you if you're not on a certain level, and that's in some situations, right? He said, I'm not looking for someone that just benefits from me. She needs to bring something else besides sex. I still have 20-year-olds still trying to talk to me in the States. Most of them don't have nothing. Hey, man, kind of feel like that's the energy you're going to get a lot of. Because honestly, I just think a lot of girls now are looking for sugar daddies. And K Dallas, brother, I'm not sure how old you are, but some girls are just naturally attracted to older gentlemen. And they're looking for somebody to take care of them. That's kind of what it is. They don't want to do shit. They don't want to work. And this is just the attitude and energy of a lot of people that you see in the United States, right? A lot of them just ain't trying to do shit. They want somebody that they can leech off of and or benefit from. Be in a relationship with somebody they can benefit off of. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now, let me make sure I say this. That can be the Philippines too. Let me make sure I say that because somebody will be like, Doc, why you always saying it's the Western women that be like that, bro? You know damn well Filipinos can do that too. But if you leech off of me in the Philippines, though, it's damn sure not going to cost me as much. It's not even going to cost me nowhere near as much. What's 1,000 pesos every now and again? $20 out of my pocket, as opposed to $1,000, couple $100 or whatever. Yep. He said, if she can suck the chrome off a bumper, you want that short term. Damn Skippy. Damn Skippy. Yes, sir. He said, every woman ain't relationship material, just good for hitting and quitting. Truth. My brother, you look damn good for 45, man. If I'm looking at your picture, big pause though. You my boy and shit. No, none of that extra, none of that flexible shit, but you look like you keep yourself taken care of, my brother. And I can imagine why 20-year-old girls are trying to holler at you. You 45, you still look like you keep yourself in relatively good shape, and that's just that they just looking for somebody to take care of them. Because I'm pretty sure you're doing pretty good for yourself, brother. I assume. Like I said, I assume that everybody who rocks with the good doc at least has something going on, right? If you're looking to transition into a life into the Philippines, chances are I believe you have something going for yourself right now, right? That's my assumption. Maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of us have at least something going on where we can financially benefit and or financially take care of ourselves with a trip abroad or actually moving abroad. Hey, so like I said, man, I don't know, man. We all got preferences. Sometimes a female's preference is hell, as long as you got money and you take care of me, fuck it. We'll make it work, right? Sometimes a guy's preference is as long as you look good, as long as you make me feel good, you're gonna always, we're gonna always work. I do believe we have to find that delicate balance though. right? Because granted, we want a young lady to make us feel good. For my older gentlemen, sometimes you want a female to make you feel young again. But we have to draw the line, man. And it's definitely thinking with the right head, not the wrong head, you know? That's pretty much what it is. It's the right head, not the wrong one. Big head, not little head. You know what I mean? You said you sure read about how much money you may be out of in the Philippines versus America. Yeah, like I said, if a Filipino wants to mooch off me, bruh, in the Philippines, okay. I mean, honestly, I'll tell you the truth. Okay, fuck it. I could lose 1,000 pesos versus $1,000. Do we really need to have that conversation? What's the difference between 1,000 pesos and $1,000? I doubt it. So if a Filipina wants to mooch off me and I'm mutually benefiting from it, all right, fuck it. What's 1,000 pesos to me, bro? Honestly, what's 1,000 pesos to me? Not much. So you think about standards, where we are and what part of the world we're living in, how much you stand to lose from each side of the water. You stand to lose a whole lot more in the States than you do in the Philippines, right? So if a Filipino wants to mooch off of you because you're just so handsome and you're the older, mature foreigner, and the Filipina just wants to whatever, 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 whatever. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Let's get right. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, boo. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. He said, you'll be surprised the notches on the bed of women. I guarantee you their average are in the three digits. I don't want to know that. So yeah, it's a very disturbing thought process. He said, no more simping or even the appearance of simping any longer in the United States. True. My man said low six figures and nice cars. Like I said, brother, you probably got your shit together. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, I don't know the lifestyles of everybody who watches The Good Doctor. I don't know your income level, and it's not my job to know that. I just know that if you're thinking about a trip to the Philippines or you're thinking about a life abroad in general, not even just in the Philippines, you got to have something going on in your life right now to be able to put you in a position to get you abroad. That's all I'm saying. It ain't got to be much, man. Shit, y'all know what my occupation is outside of YouTube. Shit, so it ain't like it's the income, man, but it's what we do when we get our money. Like I said, I'm an investor for life. He said, I'm a millionaire in pesos. True that. He said, hey, Doc, what's going on, brother? You shouldn't because of just looks. Yes, you should never have a preference based on pure looks. I think that's what you meant. But yeah, you shouldn't just date a woman based on how she looks. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I just think that the aesthetics of it all, for most men, is all we need. For most men, the pure aesthetics, what you look like. That's all you bring into the table. What you look like, love? Ooh, okay. All right. Maybe it works, maybe it don't. All right. Did I say Michael or Michelle? I'm sorry. Maybe I said that wrong. My bad if I fucked you there. American Women Mojo is dead. Hey man, if you've been burned more than your fair share of times, I can tell you right now, chances are you're not interested in any of that shit. Yeah. Mm. But it's okay. Like I said, man, I'm not gonna sit there and act like it's gonna be peaches and cream overseas, but I do believe you have a better opportunity dealing with women abroad than you would everywhere else. Okay, got you. You shouldn't pick a woman because of just how she looks. Exactly. 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 You should never pick a woman based on pure aesthetics. Exactly. 100%. I've done that one time in my entire life. It was the biggest mistake in my life. She just looked good. Like she was a trophy piece, for lack of a better term. I could take her around and I got a lot of looks. As a matter of fact, it was extremely beneficial. And I think I knew that going into the entire situation. It wasn't a relationship, but I knew that going into the situation. She just looked the part, man. And what it did, honestly, was get a lot more girls looking at me because they saw that I was able to pull something that looked as good as that particular young lady did. So it did benefit me in the long run based off that, but to me, it was a headache. And at some point, you just have to call it what it is, man. And sometimes that shit ain't worth it. My man says, when I lived in DC, my roommates were twins, and during the 2 years we lived together, each of them put at least 50 notches on their bed, and their father was a naval admiral. Damn, I don't want any daughters, bro. I don't want daughters, man. I want sons. Damn it, give me son. God bless me with a son, bro. Please, please, please. My heart can't take shit like that. My heart can't take shit like that, bro. I can't, yo. I can't. I can't. Pedro, I'm gonna keep this one up, brother. I'm not gonna delete it, so you can catch the replay, man. You can catch the replay. It is Michael. Got you. My bad. Mike and Mike, appreciate you. I'm sorry if I fucked your name up. My bad. But yeah, man. Diaz, man, I can't have girls, man. I can't have daughters, man. I've been done killed somebody. I ain't gonna cap. I'll put a bullet in somebody because I can't. My heart can't take the idea of that shit happening to somebody that I helped contribute 50% of. Yeah. But I know for a fact God's got a crazy sense of humor. He gonna give me a girl. Facts. He said, I'm thinking about staying in the Philippines for 3 months and see what happens. Yo, man, you can always change your mind later, brother. Always change your mind later. See, the beautiful thing about living abroad is you're not actually locked into any damn thing. Have some fun. See if it's for you. If it's not for you, leave. A lot of people think it's Philippines or bust. It's not. It's not. Don't get me wrong, the Philippines has positive sides and some negative sides, right? There are a lot of things that a lot of foreigners find to be negative about the Philippines than they do positive. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, the beauty of it all is if you don't like it, just leave. That is why a life abroad, in my opinion, is one of the best things in the world because you can leave damn near anytime you want to. You're not required by law to stay anywhere. If you go to the Philippines for a month, you realize, well, it was cool, but yeah, this ain't for me. Guess what? Fuck it. Let's go see what Vietnam's like. Let's go see what Thailand's like. Let's go see what Cambodia's like. Let's go spend about a month in Japan. Let me just, get a lay of the land a little bit. Let me go check this place out. Of course, your finances are gonna have to be sufficient enough to be able to support moves like that. But damn, like I said, a life abroad doesn't have you locked into one particular place. So you don't always have to put all your eggs in one basket, especially in a place like the Philippines, if that's not what you want. Right? I tell everybody, Philippines ain't for everybody, bruv. It's not. It's not. It's not. I've had some guys come to the Philippines and say, bro, what the fuck is this? This ain't for me. It is what it is, man. He said, plain Jane's just become best friends. He said, I want something that looks so good. I'll be thinking about her at work. Touche. Steve, I told you, God has a great sense of humor. He gonna fuck my whole life up. in the right way, of course. I'm probably gonna have $20. I don't even want one. Just give me a boy, please. But because I want a boy, I'm gonna get a girl. Like you said, I'm probably gonna get two of them. Ain't nothing I can do about it, man. I just have to hope and pray to God my girls don't turn out or get turned out. Fuck. Oh, just the thought makes my stomach hurt, Pimpin. Just the thought makes my stomach hurt. Shout out to my brother Big Roy. What's up with you, man? Is that I like Indian women because I like Indian women because of their eyes. 12 years, I paid for it. Oh, you dated an Indian woman. I'm sorry. And paid for it. She was a model for black hair care products. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, man, that's funny though, because that reminds me, man. I remember that. What happens is when an Indian girl um cuts their hair, like it's naturally virgin, untouched hair. So when they cut it, they damn near package that shit, and that's what a lot of girls use for weave. So I can understand how she's a black hair care model. I knew a girl that cut her hair off because of that shit. They pay pretty good money for it. They pay pretty good money for that virgin untouched hair, bro. They put that shit in packages and sell that shit to women in the United States for extensions and shit. Shit crazy. You know Doc gonna have daughters, man. Told you, guy got that sense of humor. I don't want them, so I'm probably have like three of them. I'm a God rest his soul. I'm probably gonna be like Kobe and have like four. Damn, I can't think about it. I can't. That shit will drive you to drink. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unless you have any more comments, questions, or concerns, good Doc gonna let y'all go on about your business, man. That's when to come through politics with y'all talk about preferences. I think that we covered preferences on damn near every end of the spectrum we possibly could. Preferences based on looks, preferences based on looks, standards, all that shit, bro. If there's something about preference we missed in this live show, then I don't know. Right. But like I said, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all locking in, man. I appreciate y'all spending some time with the good doc today. To all of my silent partners in the background, y'all know I love y'all more than anything in this world. You don't have to say nothing because without you saying anything, you say everything because you come through and you spend some time with the boy and you I guess you genuinely just like hearing me talk. Um yeah, damn. Like that shit meaningful. So shout out to all my silent partners, man. Don't know what you guys be doing in the background while y'all listening to the good doc. But hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. And I hope that the good doc lived up to the expectation. Hope that the performance was a-okay. To all my brothers who participate in the chat, man, give the good doc something to talk about, ask the right questions, provide the right comments, keep the conversation going. Thank you. Good doc can't do this all by himself, so I got to make sure I show love to all of my people, my kinfolk and my skinfolk who come through and listen to me, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. You guys definitely mean more to me than anything in this world, right? Y'all are definitely like family. I may not fuck with a lot of people, but I fucks with y'all. So we can take that. We can take that with a thumbs up. You know what I mean? If you love what the good doc puts out, man, appreciate you, man. This was definitely a live subject, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all do what y'all do best. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow, maybe not. Depends on how I feel. Anywho, y'all know what time it is, man. Time for the good doc to go and get to getting. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, good doc is officially out. At least knuckle, which means I am going. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Makita. Bye-bye. Peace.